Becky over here.
Hello and welcome back to the Remembering Tuscola webcast. I'm David Port here with the
Come on.
I was going to say prestigious, but I'm not sure that's the right word.
Cook the turkey.
Dynamic.
Dynamic duo,
There you go. I like
Batman and
that.
Robin,
Right.
Mike Carroll and Bill Englehart, and our experts on pretty much everything.
Dave really struggled with an introduction today, didn't he?
Well,
No, I was trying to find a word that was even better than
Yeah. Well, that's
prestigious.
better. Better is a good word.
David's been busy uptown. He's taking pictures, and I got to meet the new editor,
Oh, good.
Ben Crane,
Well, good.
and he's
Good.
got an article in the paper this week. I saw.
Well, good.
Yeah, and before, because this is different from the rest, but before we get started on anything else, I'll just show this one historic picture right there.
Oh, yeah.
Ben got
Wow.
Ben got the sheriff to bring his drone in, and so he got a bird's eye view of it. This front's already taken out and working on the side. I don't know how far down they're going, but that is a big
Yeah, I
job.
think they got to go down at least to the wood, you know.
Well,
Down
I
there.
didn't know if they were coming. I didn't know if this Coca-Cola sign was at risk or if they were going to stop at the.
I don't know. Somebody said they're going to have to repaint it, but I don't know who I was talking. That could have been anybody. Oh,
So
Bill Hill said they're going to go 6 windows over all the way down because the bricks weren't good. So Bill Hill would know, wouldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So this is Flesser's Candy Kitchen, where they got a national grant to do some work on the front, and when they did the work, they found they had bigger problems, and so they actually have started a GoFundMe campaign, and I wanted to find that just to show right quick.
I can't believe they're going to do all that work and re-brick it for the price quoted. That's just a ton of work.
Yeah, it's estimated about $250,000. And now I'm not finding it on my screen. But if you go to GoFundMe.com and put in a search for Flesser or Save Flessers, it will come up.
Well, that's probably other than this, I'd say the three iconic buildings in Tuscola for me as a young kid was the Strand, Gus's, and Hotel Douglas,
Mm-hmm.
and the pool hall. Well, I don't want to leave,
Well,
but it was down the basement.
well, it was special.
It was prestigious.
It was classy.
Yeah, so those buildings, this is the only one of the three left. And
You know what's funny, but nothing's funny about this.
No.
I mean, they're serious.
well, the funny thing is, I mean, it's great they're going to bring it back and say,
If Gus was here, the money wouldn't have been a problem, so to speak.
oh no, no. Gus made a lot of money.
Stock,
Made a lot of money, and yeah,
General Motors and Coca-Cola.
yeah, very wealthy guy. Well, that's very expensive, and I think the mall's closed. There it is.
There it is. Keep Flessers Open. You can search for that on GoFundMe, or you can pause your video and copy down all these numbers. But easiest way is just go to GoFundMe.com, search for Keep Flessers Open. Or you can drop a donation off of the store.
You're
know.
speaking, man. I think your lips are out of sync. Say something now. No, it's fine.
Did you hear that?
Yeah,
It works great.
it works great.
Great.
That's the way I like to hear you. We did the historic restoration Tuscola thing back in the late 80s, formed a TIF. And even though we had the mall and the golf course and things for swimming, we always knew that other than the car dealers, downtown was really a source of real estate tax revenue, sales tax revenue. And now the mall's kind of
Gone.
gone. the downtown's even more important. And clearly the anchor is Flesser's.
Yeah. Well, that and the vault, the bank building.
Yeah, and the city's done a great job of keeping the bank building in, put a new roof on, put some improvements on it, and they've given a good deal to the artist so we can have a nice store down there. But downtown Tuscola, once again, is relevant. It's full of a lot of good stuff. People are investing money in there. We got a couple new businesses coming. We got a coffee shop coming. We got a bar, and what else is Kipler's going to do over there? A bar and
I'm not for sure.
Across the
on
street
that.
from-
Something,
And I think
Food-wise.
Shelmadines are going to put a coffee shop in the old Save More, I understand. So
mhm.
it's great to see people investing in downtown Tuscola. It's great to see parking be a problem again.
Yeah.
As you know from having to park, you park behind probably, don't you?
Yeah.
That's good. So good luck on all that, and glad to see the public stepping up and helping Bob and Devin,
Yeah.
because that's a lot of money. I'm sure they weren't counting on it.
Well, you guys have a announcement for Marcy.
Yeah, Marcy's asked us to announce homecoming's coming up, and I'll do the schedule of events real quick. She wanted to remind everybody homecoming's Friday, October 4, 2024, Friday, October 4, the all school homecoming. So you need to get your motel reservations early. And on Friday,
Well, Friday, of course, we start with the pep rally. They're having a parade, I'm sure, aren't they, at
pep rally's
2:45
at 1 o'clock
at the gym?
yeah, and it's going to be the Hall of Fame inductees,
Mhm.
homecoming court, which is new, football team, chorus band, prom. We ought to go to that. That's a big deal.
Oh, it'll be nice. It always is when they have something like
Parade
that.
is at
Yeah, the parade goes at 2:45 and it's from Main Street to Daggy is the way that works.
there's a famous reception at the library and the tour of the new Tuscola High School, snacks and drink 3 to 4.
I think you guys are bearing the lead.
Bearing the lead. Yes.
Yeah.
We're saving it for the end.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Yeah.
It's called dynamic tension buildup.
Oh, I see. It's dramatic.
If you
So
were in
we- So you want to wait till everybody,
if you were in the press business, you'd understand.
you
Yeah.
want to wait till
You're the
everybody
president.
We'll put this
cuts
out.
off the video and then.
Hey,
If you were in the press business, you'd understand this technique we're using.
if you had a commercial, you'd make more money that way.
But we'll try
yeah.
and speed it up then.
Okay, we'll do a tailgate
There was-
after the library tour. The library tour is what I always like.
Well, you always attract. You're the chick
Well,
magnet.
I
You're the
get
chick
to
magnet.
meet a lot of people I haven't seen for a while.
Football game is going to be. By the way,
Gibson City,
before the game, they're going to recognize the class of '74, 53 Union.
yeah. And then we've got Gibson City,
Oh,
Melvin
boy.
Sibley coming to town.
That's now
That's
usually
unusual.
sometimes. Well, we've changed everything so much.
Mhm.
Sometimes the homecoming game's not that great. I remember the year they played St. Teresa and put the 30 point clock on it. It was great. This
You're really selling it, Mike.
this was great. Gibson City's going to be a great game. That's the spell.
And then at the 9 o'clock, the big all-school reunion at the community building. That's always a nice time.
Becky David doesn't think we're doing a good job.
And so that takes care of the Friday events. Then we move to Saturday. Saturday. The-
October 5, next day.
Have the big Kiwanis breakfast, pancake breakfast.
11:30 is the Hall of Fame luncheon, induction, Methodist Church. Need to make reservations by September 27.
And then we have 5 to 11. This has been a lot of fun. Cast iron block party.
Yeah, I've seen you down there boogie woogieing.
Oh yeah, they block up to Sale Street. It's fun.
7 o'clock is coronation. Will you and I be there
No, not this time around.
Oh, okay.
8 p.m.
they passed us,
homecoming.
that was a few years ago.
Yeah, that was it.
Past your bedtime.
Homecoming dance.
Homecoming
At
dance,
the
8
high
o'clock.
school, 8 o'clock.
So the inductees this year, there's 3 of them. One is, you might know her as Regina O'Brien or Gina. Her name now is Regina Mizell. Class of 92, nominated by Janie Clark. She's had quite an impressive military career. She's a mechanical engineering graduate, very impressive. And I'm sure there'll be the biographies in your paper, Dave, that we traditionally print.
Haven't got
She
him
was
yet,
the daughter
but,
of Ruthie and Tom O'Brien.
Ruthie and Tom O'Brien, the late, worked down there at the great mechanic at Ferguson Ford Garage. And also our nominated are Marcy and Alan Shoemaker. Class of 74, they were nominated by the entire class of 74. Marcy, is everybody knows, is very public spirited and really is primarily responsible for resurrecting this tremendously
Alumni
successful.
Association.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a wild success over the years.
Yeah.
I remember when we had our 3-class reunion was largely, remember, that's one of the best
Oh,
ever.
that was great. Yeah.
And Alan's been right by her side. He was nominated for both all his public service and also he's had quite an impressive mining career, won a lot of awards. So those are really good people. And the class 74 is having their 50-year reunion, so they want to get somebody in there.
Good.
Pretty special.
That is special.
And congratulations to
Congratulations.
all three of the winners.
Right.
We'll look forward to that weekend, David.
Yep. Well, I'm sure someone will send
And
me
I
the
can imagine-
files. Hmm,
That got quiet after a while.
got quiet.
Yeah, we built up to this tremendous crescendo, and then how do you follow that up?
Yeah, it's
Anything else, Becky? Huh?
Good enough, Beck?
Yeah.
Good. We need to check.
Yeah, we need to check with the boss.
Yeah.
okay. Well, I'm sure I'll get bios on those and then we'll have them in the paper
Good.
sometime before the event.
You want to get them in before October 5.
So that's breaking news. That's a big announcement.
That's a
news.
big announcement.
That's a big announcement.
Yeah.
I think that's starting to become tradition, isn't it? That we break the Hall of Fame winners on this.
Well, pretty much everybody in Tuscola is watching right now.
Yeah,
This catches about 4,000 people,
yeah. Eventually,
Four people.
give or take 3,900.
probably more than you think.
Yeah. Well, we're going to look at October 1965. Becky, are you going to watch them?
Maybe.
This is Becky's senior class and
This
Bill's
is-
senior
yeah.
class. At least Dave said that's where he
Well, it's
grabbed.
just from October, so there really are not a lot of school pictures. So,
Oh, okay.
Oh, well.
Still that's
gee,
their
man.
senior year.
I mean, I
Well-
never know what's going to be in the envelope when I open it.
Well, I
I
may have
thought,
missed
well,
my
October,
studying.
school's in session. There should be some from the school, but you just
You'd
never
think
know.
so. You'd think so.
So, all right, are we ready?
We're ready.
Yeah.
All right, gotta.
Is this for points?
Well, I don't know. Do you want points this week?
Well, is that Hilgendorf in the middle? That's ministerial alliance of some kind.
Must be.
I got to get this up here. It's blocking.
That's Judge Sherrick, isn't it?
On the far left, I can't tell if that's Jim Sherrick or not.
I just posted them this morning, so I don't have a ton of names.
I don't know if that's Reverend Hilgendorf or who that is.
Well, Jeannie Clark Harper says it's Father Finney in the middle.
Oh, well. Did not know Father Finney.
Never heard of him.
And says Mr. and Mrs. Clare on the left.
John Clare?
Well, just says Mr. and Mrs.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. We got another here. So
So far, we're doing real well.
I
not
think
sure, not sure what the event is.
hailed all those, didn't we?
Oh, here we go. Now, those are, come on, we know those people.
Well,
This is.
they were winners of probably,
SARDA.
yeah, something like that.
What's Herb Button in the middle? Is it?
You think that's
No,
Herb?
no. That's not.
No, it's
Herb.
Eric. Is it Eric?
Eric who?
Flume?
No.
I'm not very good at this.
Well, Bill and I haven't got one right yet. Well, there's
There's
Sharon
Ben
Copeland.
Is that Ben Marie?
Is that Sharon Copeland?
No, that's not true.
Is that Dick Billoughby?
I think that's sure.
So far, you guys owe me points.
That's not Sharon.
Is this the DAR SAR thing?
I don't think so. I think this is some sort of,
Is this
looks
hu-
like the Catholic Hall to me or
Is this
something.
human?
A lot of these pictures are, this looks like the Catholic Church, but a lot of these pictures this week are from the Masonic Lodge. And I don't know what else, but Jim Hausman says Buck and Rita Claire front left, and his dad, John Hausman, standing right in the rear.
Wow.
Kevin Connor says Bob Wood and Sharon Wood, third and fourth on the right side of the table.
Wow.
And
You got the wrong guys here trying to identify pictures.
Janie Clark also says Mary Kay Riley Billman, well, tags anyways.
Oh, she's the fifth one down. It's Mary Kay Riley. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's leaning out. That's Mary Kay.
That's obviously a Catholic supper.
Yes.
Yeah.
You Catholic or? I haven't seen you at church yet. I was just wondering if maybe you made it in the Catholic
No,
church.
I just stood outside. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, this looks like a Catholic church thing. Oh, boy.
Oh.
That's right after I dated that girl.
I was just curious. I was telling my wife, there are some blood donor photos, and I told her, I said, I wonder what story Mike's going to come up with.
Well, you
Well,
know,
Playing all these people.
Well, she passed out on me. I gave her a kiss and she just passed out. So
you know, we used to sit in chairs to do that. I mean, this is
yeah.
the old time way of doing it, isn't it?
Well, you
I have to lay down if I'm giving whole blood, I have to lay down because I'll pass out if I don't.
How
Oh.
about half blood?
But if I give platelets, I'm fine. Platelets, they put blood back in,
Yeah.
but my blood pressure is kind of low to start with. So if you take a pint of blood out of me, I just go to sleep.
Maybe I've got too much blood.
You might have something like
that's
that.
partly why I do platelets instead of whole blood, but the other reason is
That floor looks like community building and that looks
I
like
think it's community building,
on the left.
but I may be positive, so my
That's a
my
black wall.
platelets are universal.
Notice the trash can. Okay, now that's Ralph Allen on the left, Roy Hopkins,
Marlar in the back, John Miller. This Masonic Lodge. There's
This is
Gene
the court.
Hall
Gene Hall. See, right over here, honey. Remember Mr. Hall?
Mhm.
and O.B. Smith's on the far right.
Yeah. These were probably our
This,
business representatives at the time.
Masonic Lodge.
Well, Gene had a jewelry store.
Uh-huh. O.B. was city treasurer for a while, ran the gas station,
And
Ralph
well,
Allen.
They've all got businesses, don't they?
Yeah.
Roy was a banker. Ralph Allen had a auto repair.
John Miller, Bill's son.
So you think it's Masonic Lodge guy?
I think it's
Yeah.
Masonic Lodge.
The only one I recognized was Roy Hopkins because he didn't change for 50 years.
Roy was dipped in plastic. Okay, I'll let Becky guess these.
I don't have any names on these.
Sorry.
What the is that? What is that?
What is that? That's a rare kind of flower.
That's goes up on one stem and then explodes into a bouquet. So I don't know who this is, but I thought that's such a cool picture of the old nurses'
Yeah,
outfits.
yeah, those little hats.
Community building.
Community building blood drive.
I guess
Well,
they
they
have-
had a lot of customers.
Yeah. That's
O.B. Smith,
That's
Nancy
Nancy
Smith,
Smith
and
in the
Mrs.
middle.
Smith.
mhm. And
That's the Smith family.
That's
Couldn't
the
ask for
family.
better folks.
what do you think the occasion is there?
It's something to do with the lodge.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it's got a lot of stuff
Rainbow.
behind it there.
Eastern Star,
Mhm.
Rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like, on the right, looks like Lossman. Dr. Lossman's daughter married Chuck Knox, Carol Lossman.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what Maureen Deaver says.
Mhm.
Maureen Deaver.
Do I get a point over Bill on that?
Maureen Deaver's class
Yeah,
is
Get a
66.
point.
Half point.
Well, you wouldn't know who she was in a million years.
No, I wouldn't. No, I tried to
That's
say.
a full point. You got first and last name.
But it-
That's where
Look
she,
at it, you put
now this is the
a
old
pair of
technique.
scissors
no, this is
there.
the old technique. They take a knife and just poke you in the arm.
Yeah.
They try
Yeah,
and
they
catch
don't-
blood that squirts out.
Don't use needles. They just use a bucket and a pair of scissors.
Golly.
Just cut the vein, and let it drain.
Now I recognize this one.
Mhm.
There's old Boyd Anderson.
Boyd's getting a little juice. He
Yeah.
gave blood and he's
This is a couple of years after he saved my dad's life. He was still tired.
65.
That's a young Boyd.
That's a young
good
Boyd.
old Boyd.
65. What year did Boyd graduate?
By 57.
I'm sorry, when?
By 57.
57?
I was in the
They've
fifth
been out of
grade-
school for a while.
fifth grade plus 11, yeah, 58, maybe 57, 58. That was his senior year when the Brookside blew up and he pulled my dad out of the burning wreckage. He was a senior that year.
Yeah.
Fall of 57 or spring of 58. Well, making sure she's got a heartbeat.
Mhm.
Well, according to Janice Moody, it's Mrs. Pendergast and Nurse Connie Dillon.
Oh, that's our neighbor.
Mrs. Dillon?
Yeah, lived across the street from us on
Yeah, I guess it
Scott
is,
Street.
isn't it?
Mhm.
Hmm.
What's that mean? What's that symbol for? We fixed up the Deaver house. She was a catty corner.
Wonder if kids understand what it means catty corner today.
Catty corner. That looks like Mrs. Raymond Lee's Junior's wife on the lower right. What was her name? Oh gosh, first name.
Helen? Maybe?
No, not
That wasn't
Helen Lee.
Oh.
Looks like Raymond.
Marge?
No. Gosh, I know her name.
I forgot. I
We
called her
should know that
Mrs.
girl.
Lee.
We should know that girl up there. That's probably your class.
Well, it's my class if she happened to be up there that day.
Well, she's right there.
Well, I know it, but she's got her eyes closed.
Oh, that's
Look
the
at
only way
this.
you can
Well,
tell.
yeah, she got her head down, her eyes closed. She's not in our class. I would recognize
Yeah.
I bet you would.
her. I would.
Were we right on that, by the way?
I didn't have any names on that one.
I think there's O.B. Smith and his daughter, Nancy. Nancy died recently, didn't she?
Yes,
Or she did.
in her early 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, a year or so ago. Was it last year? Was it only a year or two?
You know, they were buried in Wisconsin. That's
Really?
where they were from. Yeah, OB was
I'll be
originally
darned.
from Wisconsin.
Okay.
That's Clinton Taylor, superintendent of schools when we were in seniors. He just looks like he's gonna pass out.
Well, he saw you. walk
Yes.
through.
And that's Mrs. Deaver on the right.
Are you sure that's Althea?
That's Althea. What'd Maureen say?
Didn't say anything on that one.
Well, maybe it's not.
She was a pretty, I
She
don't
would
know.
know.
But Clinton, he saw you walk in the room and he just about said, take all the blood I got,
Yeah,
because he's here.
he
So
was a good old boy. He was from Metropolis, Illinois,
Huh.
is he the principal or superintendent?
superintendent.
Well, wait, was he right in between Jack Robertson and I thought Brown came in the next year.
Principal.
And when,
Bucko went out
as superintendent.
and Andrea's principal in 67, when she graduated, was Brown.
From Oakland,
Mhm.
Wayne Brown.
Yeah, we had Bucko. That was his first year.
Okay. Okay, there's Wayne Neal in the back,
Postmaster.
postmaster. Is that Mr. Reader?
No, I don't know who that
No,
is.
that's what I thought it kind of looked like him, but I don't think it is.
Wayne Neal's daughter was in our class,
Camera.
Tamra.
I didn't have any names on this one.
You know what? That guy on the left now, he looks very familiar.
I'll blurt it out.
No, I can't do that.
I did crop in the ashtray down here at the bottom.
Well, you want to smoke when you give blood.
I find it interesting when a lot of these old pictures from the fifties and sixties have ashtrays in them.
Mhm.
And you'll see some martinis there too. There we go. There's the
Doc Burns.
Doc Burns and Phil White on the right.
Oh, my
with
goodness,
Doris,
Phil White,
Doris White and
Keith Gordy,
Keith Gordy.
or is it Keith or CW? How is that? CW Gordy.
Is Keith the boy?
Keith's the boy. CW was the
CW.
manager of the telephone company.
Yeah, and there's
Lucille Burns.
Doc and Lucille Burns, and the famous Phil White and Doris, editor of the Tuscola Journal.
Mhm.
Yeah, Marilyn Klein says Bill and Helen Gordy in the center.
CW, Will William,
Mhm.
Clarence William
Mhm.
Gordy.
Hmm.
That's out at the park.
Something district. I'm reading on that plaque.
Soil and Water Conservation District.
Oh, yeah, I think I was there at that meeting that night.
You were the expert on dirt clods.
Mhm.
David Kentoy says the late Keith Dagg
Keith
from
Dagg.
Hugo on the
That's
far
what I
left.
thought. That's what I was gonna say.
Well, you get credit for thinking it.
Yeah,
Half a point for thinking it.
yeah. And I think
There
that's
he is again.
him again. So I get a full point this time.
You get full point good now. Now you know.
Well, I got him twice in a row.
Oh, you did.
Oh, there's
Ted Cox
Ted
is on the
Cox.
left.
played the piano at the church, and that looks like
This is Frida.
that's Frida Morris, our circuit clerk. Over to the right is
Milos
Milos
Thomas.
Thomas, and that's Milos Thomas's wife,
That's Mary?
sitting right next to
I
Ted
think it
Cox.
is, yeah.
And this is probably a Presbyterian church thing, but
Well,
you're
there's,
not in the
there's
photo again.
Presbyterians there. The Thomases were
And
Presbyterians,
you're not in the
as was
photo
Ted.
again. Mhm.
No, I missed it.
Did you get Levon Donnelly? Cornett says Martha Donnelly, second from right.
Yes, I did. I got them all.
Okay.
I thought it. Here, you get these
Uh,
guys. You're this guy.
Okay,
Waldo
on
Ball.
the far right, that's Ralph Allen, then Waldo Ball, Roy Hopkins, and Mr. Mills,
Mr. Mills.
Burl Mills.
Earl Mills. Waldo Ball worked out at DeKalb. What was he, a seed specialist? What was it?
You know what? He worked
Number
there for
2?
years. He was,
Number-
well, he did a lot, but I can't remember what his title was.
Could he have just walked around and got paid?
He was, boy, what a gentleman he
Waldo Ball's
was.
a great guy.
Yeah, he was a nice man. Burl Mills owned a pharmacy. Roy was working at the bank at that time. Ralph Allen had a body shop in Tuscola for years.
I've said it before, for being a secret society, the Masons sure like to have their pictures taken.
Yeah, yeah, must have been their hamburger fry.
Yeah,
Yep.
they got their, yeah, I'm sure those are sacred aprons of some sort.
Okay, Chuck Brewer on the right.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Chuck.
No, haircut. Chuck had a flat top, remember?
Well, that looks pretty, well, maybe that's not Chuck.
Mr. Marlar in the
Middle.
middle. But I don't know the other gentleman.
Must be Chuck's brother.
Probably. That's a half point.
Half point. Okay, we get all these, no trouble.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just start shouting them out,
Frida
would you?
Morris, Miss Marsh, Miss Thomas on the left.
Yeah, that is Mary. In that picture, you can
I
see her
got,
pretty
I got a good start. You get the rest.
well, and the third one or second one from the left is Betty Cox. Then third one is Shirley Neal. Help, Becky, help.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kathy Clapper says she sees Shirley Quinn.
Oh, second one from the right, back row.
Yeah. A young Shirley Quinn.
Second one from the right on the front looks familiar to me, but I couldn't tell you. Then she thought that she saw Frances Hedinger, but
No, that's not her.
It looks like.
yeah,
Sister.
Jennifer Thomas says she's 99%. It's not her. I think it's my Aunt Maureen. They looked a lot alike when they were younger.
Yeah, I think it's her sister.
And you got Frida Morris, right?
David and Don's.
Is that,
Donna.
was her last name Lane? Maureen Lane?
Yeah, when I first looked at that, I thought of Frances, but no, it's not her.
A lot of sisters there.
Yeah, definitely Shirley Neal, Betty Cox, Mary Thomas.
Martha Donnelly, right in, front row.
Yeah, I thought of her again.
And Jean Thomas, first row, end left.
Right.
Frida Morris in the middle.
Right.
Well, you get
We have
all
a
these.
couple of repeats on some of this. I did recognize one in this picture.
Oh, Carl Quinn.
Well,
is upper
good.
right. Carl Quinn, and there's Bill Skinner left. Upper left's Bill Skinner. Upper right's Carl Quinn.
Yeah, I recognize Carl.
Okay, if that is Bill Skinner, which it's
Sure.
not a good picture of him, it's kind of blurred. Second one
Yeah,
in the left
one
is Ed Schultz. Third one in
Kirkman-
is
Kirkman wearing.
Kirkman Waring. There you go, Ralph Donnelly.
Ralph Donnelly was a Darby's Ranger in World War II.
The cliffs at Normandy. That was Ralph Donnelly.
Had a little, remember he had a little, had a gas station where the
Mhm.
First State Bank is, and then
Yeah.
they opened a little ice cream shop about the size
Yeah.
of your car.
Bottom right,
Oh, that's
sitting down, that's Harley Phillips.
Harley Phillips. Wayne Neal
Yes.
middle.
In the middle. This
Second-
is Milas Thomas. See how that's kind of blurred,
Lower left, Miles Thomas, then
Yeah.
Morris.
Morris? You know, that might be Bill Skinner.
That sure looks like Bill.
I think someone said these were postal employees.
Well, some of them are postal.
Some of them,
Miles-
anyway.
Miles worked for him. Ralph Donnelly carried mail, remember?
Right.
Remember Ralph carrying mail?
Yeah, so that wouldn't be Bill Skinner.
And Ted Cox is in the back room sorting. Herc delivered mail.
Carl Quinn was later postmaster.
Yeah, these are all postal. Harley Phillips delivered it. But
Yeah.
that guy in the upper left, maybe Bill,
No,
who is
It's
that?
a
That's
it's a
not
little
Bill.
blurry, so
don't know. Now you can see Milas once you moved in.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ralph Donnelly,
we could talk.
we went to a movie, remember, and they had the credits at the end and they listed Darby's Rangers and
think he
his
was-
name was listed.
Yeah, Darby's Rangers was a movie starring James Garner. And they were a special unit in World War II, and he was one of the Darbys. He was quite a war hero. Great guy. Delivered mail, ran a gas station, and had that little bitty ice cream thing for a couple of years. Do you remember his ice cream thing?
Mhm.
Just,
His house is on the corner down there, remember, behind,
which one is he?
third from the right. on
third from the right.
top.
Okay.
World War II hero.
Well, let's zoom in on him.
Yeah, that's him.
Yep. Well, there's Phil Morris in the middle. There's Johnny Morris's dad on the left.
Dr. Baker's on the right,
And
the optometrist.
right in the middle is Phil. That must be the young initiates or something. Where's this
Yeah.
taken?
Can't tell.
I don't know. I was curious about this
Oh,
picture.
there-
Oh, you know who that is? That's Gus Flesser.
Yeah.
Now, in the family home on Main Street, there was a big portrait, that
Yeah.
same picture.
That same
Gus.
picture.
Can you get in there? Well, keeps,
Yeah, can't really tell, but
I'll bet money almost that that's Gus. So that's up in the upper lodge.
So who are the three young guys there? There's Phil, who graduated in 1960, Tuscola.
I don't know.
Guard on Bucko's football team, tough nut.
The reason that Gus's picture would be there in his uniform is he bought the building.
I was gonna say,
Right,
building, paid for the uniforms.
He paid for the building for the Masonic
he bought
Lodge.
the building and then let the Masons use the upstairs for free as long as it was for Masonic purposes.
Uh-huh.
And I just read that chapter in Ann Fletcher Beck's book on the
Greeks.
Greek, sweet Greeks, and how, you know, being asked to join the Masonic Lodge to him was a symbol of being accepted in the community.
Well, in her book, she talks about the KKK uh, picketing or boycotting his store because he was a Greek.
Right.
Tuscola guys, his fellow Kiwanis and his business people came to his defense and chased him out of town.
As they should.
Right. They burned crosses
Yeah.
against immigrants.
Well, there's Wayne again and Dr. Burns and CW.
Some of these have the same people in them, and I may have a couple repeats.
God dang, what's his name? Mm.
We're not sure who's sitting there.
The guy on the right is familiar to me, and if I knew his name, I could tell you more.
Yeah,
but
if you told him his name, he'd know his name.
yeah, I would know his name.
Yeah.
I would know more about him.
Oh,
Whoa,
boy.
what's
There's
this?
Eastern Star.
Yeah, that'd be my guess,
Mine too.
but I don't have any names
Next picture.
on the women there.
Well, there's Father Casey, second from left.
And your law partner.
Third one's Jim Lemna. And this is the Catholic thing at the Catholic school across the street from the church.
He was a center for Holy Cross the year he was.
He was. He jumped high for his Holy Cross.
Yeah.
Chris Connor says the third from the right. I'll give you the initials or MC.
Well, it's a Connor. Right?
Not Connor.
It's not?
Nope. Martin Clare. Is what he says.
A lot of Pasodum Catholics. I'm thinking it's Pasodum.
Mhm.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Okay.
There's Althea Deaver, second from the right.
Yeah, the first two girls, those are the Sodero girls.
Mhm.
Libby and Terry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, gosh.
Still Catholic, I think.
Janice Moody has the names. So whenever you're ready.
Yeah, we got Mrs. Deaver, Althea, and the two Soderos, but the other ones, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure on the others.
Susie Jacobs, Rita Kleiss Meisenheimer, Althea Deaver, and Mrs. Hedinger, she says.
Oh, that's George Hettinger's wife,
Yes, it is.
possibly. Yeah, Mrs. Eisenheimer, we should have
Well,
known.
It may not be correct. Levon Donnelly
Eisenminger?
Barnett says Mickey McGuire Center.
Mickey McGuire,
What about Mickey McGuire?
that's not Mickey McGuire.
That's what I thought you guys would know if that was
No, that's my
That's what
cousin.
Yeah,
Levon
that's
Donnelly Cornett said.
Mickey would not be at the Catholic Church.
No. I did recognize one here.
Well, Mrs. Murray, second from left. Lucille Murray.
That's the one I recognize.
yeah, that's it though.
Janice Moody says Marcella Kleiss, Lucille Murray, question mark, Irene Kappas, Mrs. Reinhardt, question mark.
Irene Kappas in the black top. What a lovely person she was. God, Mrs. Murray, young,
Oh, yeah.
that's something. What kind of pie is that?
Looks like chocolate
That's some
cream.
sort of chocolate thing. This
That's
over
a-
here is a berry pie.
Yeah,
How'd we
and
do?
there's a ship and a floor.
Yeah.
Well, you knew it was pie. And those are butter pats on the plate there,
Yes, yeah.
Notice
That's,
those folding chairs?
folding chairs. That's very good. You guys are,
Are we there?
we're on top of it.
Chris Connor, I don't have the names for the couple in the front, but Chris Connor says in the back is Joyce and Bob Butler.
Wow, give him 5 points.
That's Dorothy Lineberger.
Looks like her. Woman with her back to us. Looks like Dorothy. Not sure it is. We should know him right there.
Mm.
Well,
Don't-
Chris Connor has some names here. Must be Chris Connor's era. Chris has got a lot of names. Either
Go
that,
ahead.
or he's taking wild guesses. I don't know.
Well, I wonder if he got Dorothy Lineberger because we did.
I'm not sure.
No, he's got Bob Wood, Sharon Wood, Rita Claire, Illa Nisbet, Jody Riley, Jack Nisbet, Buck Claire, and Bill Riley.
Where's Bill Riley at?
What's that?
I don't know. Is that Nesbitt?
Mhm.
So I can't guarantee him because none of these pictures had names on them in the envelope. So there you got another blood drive picture. Didn't know if you'd recognize any of the patients.
That's not you, is it, Bill?
No. No, that's not me.
There's Althea Deaver, third from left. And
Oh, I don't know. That's not Mrs. Fuller, is it?
And location,
Nick?
I don't know. Althea is the only one I had.
Yeah.
The community building, what we got here in the box?
you got cream.
Something
We have-
green.
Hair cream
We do have plenty of cookies.
Got cookies.
and cream for coffee.
Mhm. Oh, Roy Toomey.
There's the middle. Is probably the mayor around that time. Was
Mhm.
Roy Toomey having to show his leadership.
Fella in coveralls turning around in the chairs, Kenny Vestal.
Looks like Kenny.
Okay, Toomey's the only name I had on.
Worked for the gas company. Kenny Vestal worked for the gas company. And Roy was the head of the gas company, wasn't he? That's why they came here.
Yeah. Vestal lived right down by the old North Ward,
Yeah.
next door to Kitty. Kish. Well, that's not Dwayne Dunn, is it?
No.
No.
No names on this one, but I do on the next one. You might recognize the nurse.
Oh, that's Lucille.
Siloy.
Recognize the smile.
And John Owe found the newspaper clipping where this picture was from.
Hmm.
Wow.
So from that, we know that the patient is Rita Bright.
From Arcola.
Where did he find the newspaper clipping from this?
Well, that's his mother in the picture, so he may have just
Oh,
had
had
it.
an album or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Another nurse and patient picture.
We had a lot of nurses up there that
There's
day.
Mr. Vestal.
Yeah, that's Kenny.
Kenny Vestal. He's a little nervous before they take his blood.
Yeah, he just told
Nervous
her.
laugh. That's a nervous laugh.
Yeah, he just told her a funny story. Can't help you out on that one.
A lot of these would be people who were older than you at the time.
Meaning, what do we look like now?
So in
Yeah.
50 years, when they show Bill and I, they're going to, who is that? Claude Bouquet?
Well, you guys were still teenagers when these pictures were taken.
Oh, man, we were in our prime.
Well, Bill was a senior. You ought to know these people. This is your town, your
Well,
time.
yeah, but I
You're
wasn't
only a year older than Bill.
at the community building. I wasn't giving blood or at either lodge.
And being Masonic Lodge.
Yeah, I want to go back to that one right there.
Now that
Now,
I can do.
I want to
Which one?
get
The
middle
middle
one.
one is, I
Looks like-
recognize her.
Well, the middle one looks like Margaret Carroll, Dale's wife.
Hmm.
She was Eastern Star. My uncle's wife,
Dean Ziegler
Dean Ziegler,
worked at the lumberyard.
and Doris White.
Possibly.
Any names?
Just Dean Ziegler.
Carol Lossman on the right, Carol Knox. Dr. Lossman's daughter.
That's Rice, Doug Rice's mother.
Back is Amos Albritton, Roy Toomey. And, oh, that's that Wilson? Worked for the gas company.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
What was his name?
Well, what's his nickname today? I can't, but that's who that is.
Lives on Beecher Drive.
Lives on Beecher.
Wilson.
Yeah. Chubb Connor says Bobby Boswell Wilson.
Boz, they call him Boz.
Boz Skaggs sang got a couple major songs.
Janice Moody says Nancy Bosch ? In the middle. And Carrie Boyce says her sister. Phyllis runs her sister.
Hmm.
Janice says, I knew I was going to pick the wrong one. My mom worked with both of them at Dr. Steiner's office.
Hmm.
Another Eastern Star picture.
And Miss
Mhm.
Lois Kearns. That Lois Kearns.
Possibly. Head's turn.
They don't have any names for this one.
Hmm.
But you might know some of these.
Bill Buckovich.
Oh, we got these guys.
Bill Buckovich.
I would venture that the little kid looks like Larry Henninger to me with his uncle Albert Teeters,
Uh-huh.
and Bucko's doing his thing. Bob Arnold.
No, Art.
That's Arnold next to him, I think.
You think that's Bob Arnold?
Yeah, and Harry Connor.
I don't think that's, well, it could be Bob. I've never seen him in a hat.
Kevin Connor says Coach Arnold to the left of Butkovich and my dad, Harry Connor, to the left of Arnold.
Very good.
He didn't get Albert Teeters.
No.
Albert's a nice
Oh.
guy.
Butkovich was the only one I recognize.
Father Casey again. Father Casey.
That's the only name I've got on that one. Wonder what these little ships are. Is that the Noah's Ark or something?
Yeah, that was very significant symbolism.
Replicas of coming down the Kaskaskia to
Yeah.
Tuscola.
Yeah,
Yeah.
founded.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Lemon again, and there's Mrs. Lemon on his our left is Jim's wife, and
Jerry.
and on the right is that is, I think it's a lawyer, but I'm not sure who that is. Got initials on that one?
No. But Bob Taylor had the wife's name, so I had to give Bob a point.
Yeah, Jerry. I don't,
Okay.
there's Mrs. Dietrich in the middle,
Mhm.
Joe Wills.
Joe Wills, Dr. Baker.
Mrs. Harris, second from left is
Yeah, that's Nancy Harris,
Nancy Harris.
Janine Dietrich, Joe, Doc Baker. Wow, neat.
I don't know who's on the far left.
I don't know who that is. Can't tell.
Yeah, let me look at the comments.
Where's that picture from?
Right out the high school somewhere.
Donna Stahl says she thinks that's Mrs. Pate, the judge's wife, question mark.
Marguerite?
Could be.
And
Possibly.
Donna Dietrich says it is. I remember mom telling me that.
Marguerite Pate, Harry's wife.
So, okay. There you go.
I bet we got this one.
That's the marching band.
Marching band. This is October of 65?
That's what it says.
Well, we should know all the girls there, Bill.
Well, you're not gonna be able to tell from the picture.
Becky, do you recognize?
Well,
anybody
Harriet
there?
Weatherford's one of them.
Is this cheerleaders, honey, or is this
No, that's a
Smith?
Palm Squad.
We didn't have a Palm Squad.
What did we have then?
Mm,
What did they call them?
Majorette.
Majorettes?
So Harriet Weatherford was one.
Yes, she was.
Mm-hmm.
Doc Smith's daughter was one.
Diane?
Not Diane.
No. Dated Terry Kelsey, the blonde.
Holly?
No,
Paula.
Paula.
Is this the same picture we had before?
Yeah, these are all postal guys. Who is that guy in the upper left? We got them all except for the upper left. I thought it was Bill Skinner, but he never worked for the post office. We don't. think.
No, he didn't work for Post. That's not Bill.
Still could be Bill. Maybe he just invited. He's a great guy. Everybody liked him.
Oh, now I got that guy's name. It's Bowles. If you flip back that picture,
Mm-hmm.
we've had him in several pictures.
The one
And-
holding the plaque?
No,
No,
back.
back. One back. I got it. The man in the middle in the light suit next to Wayne Neal, I think his name was Bowles,
Which one? This one?
Left on the bottom.
third from the left.
Not Jay Bowles, is it?
No, oh no, Jay worked plant. He'd been
No.
a lot younger than this guy.
Okay, Bill's got
Right,
it.
next, I
And not,
had
not,
it on the tip of my tongue.
it's not Oni.
I don't
No,
know.
no,
No.
Next
it's a
one,
different,
Bowles. There's
Looks
our
like
Arcola
my-
Bowles. On the left is Wilbur Flume, Webb Flume.
Archie Dagg. I
And
found out who that
That's
was.
Archie Dagg. And then
The big tall fellow on the back is Johns from Arcola. That's Lyle Johns' brother.
And next to him in the back, you should recognize.
give us initials.
WM,
Wayne Meyer.
Wayne, young Wayne Meyer.
Boy, it is a young Wayne Meyer. Lloyd Johns is who I'm thinking of.
I almost guessed Wayne, but the glasses and the flat top threw me off.
Well, I wouldn't have read, Marcy had the name and now that I have the name, I can see it, but I wouldn't have guessed it
Laptop,
otherwise.
Really
Mine does.
threw me off, but that is Lloyd Johns, so.
And Susan Moore says her grandfather Alfred Jacob on the far right.
Yeah, that's what Jacobs, and we did get Mr. Dagg, right?
Mhm.
That'll be worth 10 points to get that guy.
Well, we had his picture earlier.
Well,
We were
sure, but I
told
mean,
that.
still, we remembered.
Yeah,
You're right. That should be worth points.
remembering should be worth points.
Oh, that's great. Wayne Meyer, that's great. Okay. Can't Can't see him real well here.
I don't have any names on this one.
Nor do we.
I just want that sweater. I know that's, there's Jack Allen on the left, big old
Yep.
Jack Allen. On the right's Dale Kearns.
Is that
In the
Tom
middle is
Powell?
Tom Powell in the middle. And
Should
that's,
know the guy on the right.
well, that's Dale Kearns on the right. First one
Right.
in, is that Felix?
Myron, or what was his name? Felix. Bob Felix was his son.
Son.
Don't know.
Don't know.
I
Yeah,
didn't
that's Jack.
recognize Jack because of course that's a lot younger than when I remember
Those
Jack.
Big Newman Allens, those guys were giants. See that missing finger there on his
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can see it in the picture, can't you?
Well,
Yeah.
when I came back from the army, Jack would always wave at me with the middle
Finger.
finger. And I said, why is Jack mad at me for? Flipping me the bird. And then I went to talk to him about it and I noticed his finger was gone. So I didn't bring it up. Go back to that one again. I still think this looks like, is that Felix right there?
That might be Felix.
Next to Jack Allen looks like Melvin.
Melvin, you're right.
Melvin Felix, Tom
That ought
Powell.
to be worth 100 points.
I got 100 points, David.
Yeah, 100 points.
Wait a minute, David gives the points.
Okay.
No, I mean, you guys want 100 points for that? I'll give you 100
Oh,
points.
guys, Bill said it ought to be 100 for me.
Well, I mean, it's for you. I said 100
I'll
points
give-
for Mike.
Right.
I'm not splitting them up with Bill. He didn't know the name.
Don't you dare split them up with Bill.
Well, I gave the son's name.
Well, everybody knew Bob Felix.
They did?
Yeah,
I think he moved after his freshman year in high
he
school.
had a lot of fun, I'll tell you that.
That's at Bowles again.
You think it's the Bowls?
It's a Bowles and he worked at the post office. Yep.
Well, it's not worth 100 points.
Well, that's 12.
I'll find it out. I'll find out.
There's CW.
We had this
Doherty.
picture once
Yeah,
before.
Doc
You
Burns.
have
is-
this one already?
Yeah,
Yeah, Mrs. White, Doris White.
I wanted to go back to that 65 homecoming.
No, we got to go forward. Life's lived forward.
Mm.
Some of these are, I had more than one negative. I don't always catch when they're duplicates.
Mrs. Burns taught school to Arcola. She was an English
There's
teacher.
next picture. Ed Schultz on the right.
Yeah, that's it.
And we should know
Yep.
that.
I can see it now that you say it.
He's a businessman.
Here?
He was. There's a, yeah. Now, okay, the next one's, I thought that is not Bill Skinner, but who is that guy?
I don't know.
There's Milas and Carl Quinn.
Carl
And-
Quinn on the right,
And this guy's
Alex Thomas on the left.
casually smoking inside a building.
Mhm.
Oh, can you imagine?
Shirley Quinn says it's Jim Clark in the middle.
Well, Shirley would know.
She would know.
She would know it was her late husband sitting on next to him.
Carl was a ferocious football player on the 53 team, made all area.
Center.
As a center. Tough as nails, not very big, but tough as nails.
Martha Donnelly on the far left.
Yeah, that's who I thought it was.
Well, I give you 100 points for that then, as long as you thought it,
Oh,
Mike.
take away 100.
50.
He's already had that 3 times.
I just thought
today.
of it, so that's 50. I think we've had this photo
Yeah.
before too.
Yeah, we've had that picture.
Yeah, we've had
Next.
Yeah, we've had some, someone keeps messaging me, popping up in my, it's messing me
Might
up.
be that AI person,
that. Yeah.
that girl,
Yeah,
AI.
we guessed all of them here.
That's the last of our pictures anyway.
Oh.
That's Dave Porter.
I bet there's another envelope with all that 65 homecoming in it.
Where's all the high school kids? I thought what's the deal with the cartoon behind you?
I just picked that up at the Press Association. That is an original Broomhilda cartoon signed by the artist. And,
Did you lift it? You said you just picked it up.
well, they had a silent auction
Oh, that's
and
great.
I won it in the auction.
Well, good.
I thought we did real well,
Well, I'd say we got 94%
at least.
out of the ones we got.
Congratulations to the folks going into the Hall of Fame.
Yes, that's nice. The all-class reunion is a huge success.
I think Regina ended up, was she a captain? I know she
captain
flew
of the Air,
jets.
captain of the Air Force, and I think she retired, and now she's helping pilots not, she said in her thing, she's helping pilots not die. She's doing simulator work,
Hmm.
creating them, the programs. Becky would know. And then our class is 1 year away from our 60th. Can you believe it?
Wow.
That's not good, is it? To be going to your 60th.
Oh, I'd say
reunion.
it's good if you're going.
Yeah, but that means you're not going to too damn many more.
Now, we had our 40th last year.
Well, like
Oh,
I
that's
say,
fun.
like I say, Alan and Marcy are going to their 50th. Well, we're all getting older, which is good. Still walking the earth. Well, David, I expected to see a lot of good-looking seniors from the class of 66.
Well, I'd hoped so when I pulled the envelope out, but then it's like, well, do I get another envelope? I've already got 75 pictures I just scanned. So we'll have to look at another envelope another week.
Well, and also somewhere in there, if you can find a picture of Bill inside a church, I'd pay you.
We had a picture of Bill inside a church.
Oh, you had him outside a church with Greg Skinner?
No, we had one inside the church.
No, I don't think so, did we?
It was Photoshop, but he was in there.
Oh,
Oh,
yes, I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that. And the only reason you had one outside the church with Greg Skinner was Bill sent it to you.
That's true.
And I need to get that picture
So
back.
if,
don't I?
if Bill had one
I think
inside,
I gave it back, didn't I?
Did you? I can't remember.
so
think-
if Bill was ever inside a church, had a picture, he would be sending it to you.
You probably did give it back. I have a special box where I'll look for it.
Yeah, I think we got that back to you because we had one for a long time of you coaching, and we got it back to you too.
Yeah.
So
Well, David, this is, you're saying we have job security. You've got 10,000 of these to go.
I got plenty more. Yeah, my negatives will probably outlive both of us.
Well, I'm glad you got a new editor, publisher, or whatever your
Well,
local
we have
editor.
both. We have a new editor and a new publisher.
Graduated in journalism.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, he's doing what he should be.
Nice
doing.
young man. Arcola graduate.
Yeah, he's doing a good job so far.
Good.
We'll stay on top of him.
Yep.
And everybody on homecoming's coming up. Everybody gets a chance to go downtown, take a peek at Gus's historic restoration of a historic building.
The way they're going, they should have that finished by then. Easy.
Yeah,
They
it'll be
will.
reopened for homecoming.
Yep.
But look out for the ash gray chocolate.
Yeah. The mortar bomb.
The
They-
mortar bomb.
Yeah, we should mention they are still open during the.
Oh, yeah, they rearranged
Construction.
the furniture.
They've got the building braced up inside and have deemed it safe for business.
Now, somebody was saying, it might have been Bill Hill, said they're doing this to another building in some other town, historic building. Charleston, was it?
On the square.
So I know a lot of towns want to save their historic business district. Becky and I used to vacation a lot up in Galena, historic downtown Galena.
Did you
Mhm.
see Randy back?
We just saw a streak go by. Was he running a 100-yard dash or is that? So Randy Bergerson going by, this, we call him the streak. But Galena has just pours tons of money. They're constantly have work going on old
Yeah.
buildings.
Well, that's probably one of the nicest downtowns in the state. It's the road curves and the buildings just curve with it.
It's all, it's a good half mile long and you could spend a couple of days walking. 33 restaurants downtown Galena.
What's the historic hotel? DeSoto?
Lincoln stayed there, gave a speech off the balcony.
Did he?
They poured a ton of money in that some years ago and fixed up. We've eaten in the basement. They got a German restaurant in the basement. It's just a time warp. You're back in time when you're in Galena.
The only thing is to get to Galena, you got to go to Iowa first.
Well, you go up the River Road on the Illinois side. You go to the Quad Cities, Peoria to the Quad Cities, and then go up River Road there's two roads that go up. One's on the Iowa side, one's Illinois. You can go up unless they've closed that road or done something to it.
Well, it's been several decades since I've been in Galena.
We haven't been there, Becky, in how long?
Of course, it takes you 3 days to get there, so.
4.5 hours.
Isn't that where you met General Grant?
Yes, I gave him some strategy in the
General
Koreas.
Grant is from Galena.
In the Civil War, I told him drink a lot and charge.
They had what, 8 generals from Galena?
8 of them. One of them was Jasper Maltby. It was Jim.
Ran a Dairy Queen?
Well, it was Jim Maltby. He's the Dairy Queen's owner relative. But
Seriously?
Becky and I ate it. We went to Grant's home, but we also went to the DeSoto, and they had a photo of all 8 generals from Galena.
Yeah.
You know, he's not from Galena. It's just after the Civil War, they rewarded him and
Mm.
gave him a free house. They wanted him there.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
He wasn't originally from Galena?
No. No, he was from outside Tuscola. Of course, everything's outside Tuscola, right?
Yeah. Well, if it's not in Tuscola, it's outside of Tuscola.
But that's a wonderful, the glacier that came down and flattened Douglas County to a pancake did not touch the Galena area, Joe Davies County. When you're up in that hilly country, it's like being out in New England or in the foothills of the Appalachians. It's just wonderful country up there, especially in the fall when the leaves turn.
Well, David, Mike and I are going to call the AI girl
Yeah.
this afternoon.
Yeah. What's it cost a minute,
You're-
David? Was it 90 cents a minute?
Well, I don't pay for anything, so when I
No,
checked it out, it was,
Market special. Bill and I have
can
to.
pay, there are things, they want you to buy extra services,
Yeah.
but,
Boy, you could really rack up a bill on that thing, couldn't you?
Well, you could.
it's just what you need.
That's
you
all.
guys-
Yeah.
I have a heart attack,
Yeah.
massive heart attack. Well, David, it's always fun. Congratulations on your prize at the Illinois Press Association. Try and find some room on the wall for it.
Oh,
You
it
only
was,
had 1 second?
what? It's
You
just
only, I thought you entered more than one.
We
You
all-
only had one?
we only entered 3 things. We got 2 first places and a second.
There you go.
Well, those judges don't know what the hell they're doing if they gave you a second.
Well, we also won first place in the same category, so we couldn't win. All
Twice.
3 could not win first place.
Right.
Well, I'm not going to enter that. I'm not going to enter that contest then.
So,
I like one of those ones where you got 10 valedictorians, Bill, are you ready to go?
Just about.
Bill's
All
halfway
right.
up the seat, David. Bill's
All right.
late to come and early to leave.
There you go.
all
David,
right.
thank you. Thank you for
Thanks, David.
all your hard work. We appreciate it. Who
Right.
brought us the program today? Who's it?
Elite Builders.
Thank you, Elite Builders.
Mhm.
right.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you next week.
See ya.